Alright, so this is a review on Jill Scott's album. Who is Jill Scott? Words and Sounds, Volume 1. The artwork, can't really see her face too tough. You know what I mean? It's interesting. I guess you just want it to be about words and sounds, innit? But so I guess let's just get into it then. So you got basically this was released back in 2000, so 20 years ago, you know. So you got this has 18 tracks and there's Jiltro. I like how she did that intro, Jiltro. Do You Remember, exclusively, Getting in the Way, A Long Walk, I Think It's Better, He Loves Me, Liza in E flat, It's Love, The Way, Honey Molasses, Love Rain, The Roots Interlude, Slowly Surely, One Is the Magic, Watching Me, Brother, Show Me, and Try. Alright, so look, if you watched the Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott versus battle, you already know what happened. But in all honesty, and I'm gonna speak from honesty as usual, it's interesting to me and very amazing to me that Jill Scott's got some bangers on this album. Like, it's funny because before the battle, right, I was so confident. I was like, nah. If anything, the bag lady, I'm putting a bag on the bag lady. She's gonna win this battle. She's gonna win this battle. And then when the battle happened, I was like, rah, these women got bangers for days. And it's like, wait a minute. Jill Scott, like, don't get me wrong, I've always rated Jill Scott highly. Always, 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 always. But it's when you deep the levels, the actual levels of the quality of songs that Jill Scott has. That's when you realize, or that's when I realized, like, raw, she is different levels, like different fucking levels. Like, I don't necessarily have a favorite song in there. I don't know. I guess A Long Walk is, I guess you could say that's my favorite, I guess. And Honey Molasses, but Watching Me as well, that's a deep track. Let me talk about that track for a minute though. Like, because I want you to understand, this album was released in the year 2000. Yeah, that's what it says here. It says it was released on the 18th of July 2000. Yeah, so that's what it says on this thing. And which is interesting, I'm doing that and I get a notification from, True Self Project. Go subscribe to that channel. Well, I swear it wasn't called that before. I swear it was called Soul Reconnection before. I don't know why she changed the channel name, why she's rebranded. Doesn't matter. But it's good to see the notification to do with Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. And again, see, when you're spiritually inclined, and you're just in the line with everything that's meant to be for you, and what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours, but what's yours is mine. Alright, let me not do that shit again. I don't know, you said thank you. Anyway, so I'm trying to get my most deaf on my Yasin Bey. And that's probably a disrespect because he's a good MC, blood. And I didn't mean that in disrespect either. I'm not trying to get me. But anyway, listen. Yeah, so Watching Me. Let me get into that. So yeah, don't watch that whole thing I was doing in it. Yeah, that's a deep ass fucking track because it's talking about she was talking about the whole Big Brother concept or ideologies and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, there were people talking about all this stuff there, but for me to hear it from Jill Scott, it just sits with me in a different vibe. And the way she, the way she patterned that, it's like in some of the tracks, she's not just singing, she's actually rhyming, she's doing poetry, do you know what I mean? Like, she's in emotion, she's doing her thing. So yeah, it's a deep track. Like, definitely listen to the full album, and the link is in the description box below. But it's a deep track, and when you hear these stuff, it's like you should already now be prepared. It's like sometimes I feel like with women, obviously they talk and whatever, but it's like they will present information, for example, right? And then it's a guy's job to, try and solve that problem if that problem is to be solved. So I feel like hearing this again and hearing it in depth for the knowledge I have now, it's a problem that needs to be solved, and thankfully this organization is partly doing that. And in fact, you know what? Fuck it. I normally take one song out of context or in context, and I say it is what it is and do my thing. Let me break down this song, which I'm already doing anyway. And yeah, so at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, we have to solve this problem. It's a fucking problem. Yeah, it is a problem, and it's something we have to solve. Yeah, and it is gonna take both man and woman to help solve this problem effectively. Yeah, and what I mean by that is, when you click the link in the description box below, you will get access to online courses such as roles and relationships, and that's where you're going to learn, how to develop yourself as a pure feminine woman if you're a woman watching this. And if you're a man watching this, you'll learn how to develop yourself as a thoroughbred alpha male. Now watch this. The course to do with career and business, you'll learn exactly how to, or learn what your personal mission on earth is, what your true purpose is, and what your true passions are, and you will go on that mission and that direction there and do what you do. You understand? Because it's not every person's supposed to be a farmer, or every person's supposed to be this or that, or like, everyone has a role and a position to play, and you've got to, it's like, for example, when I reference sports, right? For example, for a great team to be a great team, everyone has to play their position. Everyone has to play their position and play the position well. Now, some can actually, go back into someone else's position if they're and cover for them, or some can't. They can't do it. Like, let's, for example, I don't know if you've been watching a documentary to do with the Last Dance, with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls in that era, right? What was what was interesting was how when Scottie Pippen, when he was out, I think he was out injured at the time, had to go surgery or whatever, I can't remember the full context. And I'm glad I can't remember fully, because at the end of the day, because I want to review the documentary. Plus, I want you to go watch the documentary as well. But what I'm going to say, so what's interesting with that situation is he put himself, not him, but like the team ended up, going through a phase where they wasn't really doing much. Do you see what I mean? Like, they wasn't winning much and all that stuff there because of Scottie Pippen missing. So it's like, if he's missing, it shows that he brings value to the game with his position. Do you get it? Even Michael Jordan said what he had to say about Scottie Pippen. It's like, do you understand? Like, everyone has their number two. You understand? That person that actually assists you and all that stuff there that makes you seem even greater. Like, Michael Jordan's great, don't get it twisted, but he's becomes even greater with Scottie Pippen. It's crazy how that works out. You get it? So it's about, playing your position they play their position. Get me? So click the link in the description box below where to become a member of the Thealkebulantrust. Get the access to those courses. And listen, the link to the albums in the description box below. Definitely go listen to this album. It's a masterpiece. Like, overall, I'm giving it a 9 out of 9. Get me? Like I said, and if you watched the Erykah Badu review, I did say when it comes to these women, you can only do spiritual vibes, and 9 is the highest number anyway. So with that in mind, I don't have, like I said, I don't have a particular favorite. But man, what can I say, man? If you got any questions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss on the videos, leave that in the comment section below. And remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.